Let's talk about an element that's so common we barely even think about it. But wow, does it have a story? It's a story of deep contradiction, an element that is both a total lifesaver and, well, a potential killer.
So think about this for a second. What on earth could possibly connect something as wonderful as clean drinking water with something as terrifying as a chemical weapon? The answer? Chlorine. It's the one single thread tying these completely different and frankly conflicting parts of our lives together. Today, we're going to pull on that thread. All right, first up, let's look at the world that chlorine built. You might be surprised just how much of our modern life really depends on this one element. So what is chlorine, really? Well, at its heart, it's part of the halogen family on the periodic table, and that family is known for one thing: being super reactive. I mean, it wants to bond with almost anything, and that intense reactivity, that's the secret. It's the very reason chlorine is so incredibly useful, and, as we'll see, so incredibly dangerous. Okay, let's start with the good stuff, the hero side of the story. This is where chlorine acts as both a lifesaver and a master builder. This is probably chlorine's biggest claim to fame, right? Cleaning our water. And it's no small thing. By killing off nasty pathogens in our drinking water, it has saved an unbelievable number of lives. It's practically wiped out diseases like cholera in huge parts of the world. And because it's so effective and affordable, it's become the standard for cities and towns pretty much everywhere. And just to give you a sense of scale, we are not talking about some niche chemical here. This is a massive, massive global industry. We're looking at a market value of almost $52 billion. That tells you chlorine is a true cornerstone of the global economy. So, where is all this chlorine actually going? You might guess water treatment, but look at this chart. It's not even close to being the biggest piece of the pie. The huge winner, at over 41%, is organic chemicals. These are the basic building blocks for everything from medicines and pesticides to solvents. And right after that, a material I guarantee you know: PVC. Yep, PVC. That stuff is everywhere. It's in the pipes in our walls, parts in our cars, all sorts of packaging, and even critical medical supplies. And what makes it so cheap and so durable? You guessed it, it's chlorine-based chemistry. And when we say durable, we mean it. I mean, check this out. Pipes that can last for over 100 years, window frames that are good for 40 years. It even makes a difference in hospitals, where PVC blood bags keep blood viable for longer than the old glass bottles did. The bottom line is, chlorine helps us build things that are made to last. Okay, but every hero has a shadow, and chlorine's is pretty dark. So now we have to turn the coin over and look at its toxic, dangerous side. And here it is, laid out as plainly as possible. The exact same chemical property that lets chlorine destroy deadly germs in our water also makes it a toxic gas that can kill a person. It's a powerful disinfectant, sure, but the key word there is just powerful. This quote from Physicians for Human Rights really gets to the heart of it. It's terrifying stuff. See, when chlorine gas mixes with moisture, like the kind found in your eyes, your throat, your lungs, it creates hydrochloric acid. It's basically causing chemical burns from the inside out. And just look at how quickly things escalate. At just a few parts per million, it's an irritant. Annoying, but you'll live. But cross 15 ppm and your lungs start to be affected. Get up to 430 parts per million, and it can be fatal in half an hour. The safety margin here is incredibly thin. Now, this is a really critical and, frankly, chilling point. Because chlorine is so vital for industry, it isn't banned like other chemical weapons. But that doesn't mean it can't be used as one. All someone has to do is release a large amount of it, and its natural toxicity does the rest. And this isn't just a theory. Groups like Physicians for Human Rights, an organization that shared a Nobel Peace Prize for its work, have been on the ground documenting the horrific aftermath of chlorine attacks for years. That really adds a heavy, undeniable weight to this element's dark side. So, this brings us to the real question, right? How do we live with this? How do we manage this necessary compromise, balancing these incredible benefits against some truly awful risks? Well, the short answer is very, very carefully. Because chlorine is so hazardous, its entire life cycle, from production to transport to use, is controlled by really strict rules from agencies like the EPA and OSHA. These safety nets are absolutely non-negotiable when you're dealing with something this volatile. And the good news is, the industry itself is changing. There's a big push for greener chemistry. People are using newer, more energy-efficient tech They're building closed-loop systems to stop leaks before they can happen, and they're even finding ways to replace chlorine completely in some areas, like bleaching paper. It's all about tipping the scales more toward the benefit and away from the risk.
Which leaves us with this final, unavoidable question. This whole $52 billion global industry is built on this two-sided element. It keeps our water clean and builds our modern world, but it also carries this immense potential for harm. So, can we really imagine a world without it? Or is this dangerous bargain simply the price we pay for modern life?